All right, so I've lived in Japan for about 2.5 months. So much has happened since I've gotten here, some positive, some negative, but it has been one hell of an adventure. I want to just check in with all of you guys, especially for those of you who are a little bit more interested in my personal life and kind of what's happening, how I've gotten here, gotten to this point, and kind of where I'm going forward. There's been a lot of changes. Some haven't really been announced that much. Like, we have 2 channels now. We have a Haugen Reacts channel, which is all the reaction videos now, and we're doing 2 videos a week there. The main channel, Haugen Racing, is now vlogs only, 2 vlogs a week. And so that was something that, like, you know, just happened, and I didn't really talk about. A lot has happened, and I don't feel like I've really gotten a chance to sit down and talk with all of you. So that's what I want to do today. When I originally started drifting, I did it because it was really fun. There are some other videos on the channel of like who is Haugen Racing, things like that, that tell a little bit more of that story. I'm Matt Haugen. Okay, well, let's take a look at it. My God. There's also a bunch of podcasts and interviews on haugenracing.com, my website, also where you can get merch. But the overarching story is that I was really into cars, but I didn't come from a family that was into racing of any kind. I never knew anybody that raced. Like, you know, when I first started drifting, I just fell in love with that feeling. At that point, I was in college. I just got really, really addicted. Not in a bad way necessarily. Like, I just loved it. Just pursued it harder and harder and harder. Came to Japan a couple of times, fell in love with Japan. Fast forward some years, I did Pro 2 Formula Drift and had serious car issues. I don't know if that sounds familiar to what we're going through right now in Formula Drift Japan. I think I have a lot to learn, and I'm aware of that. But looking at FDJ, I couldn't get the R34 over here, so we had to build a new car. So then we built the R32, and we really just had to get it shipped over here as soon as possible because the times I was being told, anywhere from like 45 days to like 120, like it was just crazy. And so then I ended up coming here late for FDJ round 1, and so we missed Suzuka. It came in like a day after the competition, basically. The one day we had in the wet. From there, it was like dumping into FDJ round 2 at Ebisu, and those laps were the first time in the dry. And the rain only shows you so much because it's a lot easier on the car. Once we were in the dry, we started having power steering issues. You know, right before that, the electrical like completely failed. So then we had to rewire the whole car, and on and on and on. I've talked about these in past videos, but the fact of the matter is we're still going. You know, there's not a lot. It sounds like a lot of time. It sounds like, oh, you could get out there and practice and do a bunch of testing, but it's like now we're waiting for this wiring guy. The car doesn't drive, so we're waiting for this wiring guy to come in, fix the wiring. He's 2 weeks out from now. We'll have about probably about a week and a half before FDJ Suzuka. So in a week and a half, we also have to retune the car, get the anti-lag working, get the nitrous working, and then hopefully get, you know, at least 1 test day in. So I want to address like the pro drifter thing. I'm trying to keep this video like mostly positive, but also share stuff with you guys. Like, that title has kind of ruined my reputation with a group of people. They interpreted it as that I was making negative comments and hating on these other drivers and calling myself a pro drifter when I wasn't, and putting myself above them. When I was trying to build the YouTube channel, my friend Erling, a touges, he's like, you should try the title Pro Drifter and Pro Drifter Reacts, because you'll see hairdresser reacts, you'll see, you know, pro hairdresser, pro chef, pro racing driver, Formula 1 driver, like on and on. There's all these different things where it's someone who has a title reacts to other people doing it and just gives their thoughts, or breaks down what they're doing for people that aren't in the space. So he's like, are you technically a pro drifter? And I thought about it and I was like, well, this is technically my profession. I'm making my money off of drifting. I'm pursuing competing. And so I was like, I guess by technicality, yes, I'm a pro drifter. Does that mean I'm the best drifter in the world? Absolutely not. Does that mean I think I'm an amazing drifter? No. But anyways, that's how the whole pro drifter title came about. I used it and it worked. Well, like 100 videos later, it was still working fairly well. Most of the drivers I reviewed are better than me. All I was doing was trying to break down things for more casual viewers, even people that don't drift, and just kind of explain kind of what they're doing, what makes them good. And so it really did come from a positive place. I have no regrets on any of that because I know where I came from it at. Unfortunately, it hasn't been interpreted very well. Anyways, I want to still make entertaining videos for you guys, but they might, for a little bit, not be able to be me drifting twice a week until these cars get a little bit more reliable. I guess the question is to you guys, do you want to see me going to like just some car stuff as like a spectator, like maybe some daily life things, like behind the scenes? So let me know what you guys want to see. So a couple of the things that I've learned while I've been here is like, there's a lot of differences in building the cars and the resources. The way I've seen a lot of people do things and what I've been exposed to is like not as much like build time in the car for like reliability. I'm not talking about like putting crazy wise fab and a bunch of power in the car, but it's like they're driving cars and they're kind of breaking and fixing them as they go, rather than like doing some of these reliability upgrades and doing preventative maintenance like going forward. And so that's like something that I've seen that's a little bit different here. Like a lot of people have like multiple cars and they go and drive one till it breaks and then they switch cars and they'll like fix that one. And it's just like interesting, and it's not,
What the dog doing?
Yeah, I don't know what we want to do with that part. So a couple more updates, like on the 350Z specifically, I'm only able to get temp tags right now, and I can only do that like once a month basically. So that's kind of why you're not seeing like constant content with the Z. And I haven't figured out yet what it's really gonna take to make it street legal here. It is possible, but I'm getting pricing of like $20,000 and I don't have the money for that. So for now, I've kind of put it to rest and I'm just gonna try to like get temp tags for it and build up videos. But I just wanted you guys to be aware of kind of why you're not just seeing me drive that all the time and make a bunch of videos. Because trust me, that's what I would love to be doing. There are just more speed bumps in the process. They're not roadblocks. So I've never had a Patreon or anything like that, and a lot of you very generously have asked me like, do you have a Patreon? Is there a way we could like support you? Things like that. The best way you can support me is one, subscribe and watch the videos, right? That's numero uno. But if you want to go further than that, I do have a whole website of merch. I haven't been plugging it in the recent videos because I'm trying to kind of attract new viewers and they're not so interested in me self-promoting, but that is a great way to support me. That goes back into making these videos, running the race program, and trying to make this thing successful. So if you want to support me further, that is the best way after subscribing and just watching the videos. I feel a lot better. I think it was cool to kind of sit and talk to you guys a little bit. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments below. I'll try to get to them. Again, just let me know what you want to see, like more lifestyle content and what things you want me to do, what you'd like to see, and I will try to deliver that. We are not quitting. The path is different than I could have ever imagined, and we're gonna keep going. So thank you. I love all of you. If you enjoyed this video, watch this one, hit that subscribe button, go buy some merch. Peace.